So we'll start with our obeisances, our prayers to deities of Sri Jagannath Mandir, Sheshadripuram. So Baldeva Prabhu ki jai, Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Lord Jagannath ki jai, Gauranitai ki jai, Panch Tattva ki jai, Lord Parshurama ki jai, Lord Vamandev ki jai, Guru Parampara ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. We'll say our prayers. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunavadi Pashtat Desatarane. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. Ashtapadai Krishna. Okay, we are in chapter 3 and chapter 3 is about Karma Yoga. So in the last 2 days you would have seen related to how we should be, how humans can be happy who have taken birth in this material world, how people can be happy, right? That is by performing sacrifices. One can be happy, right? So in continuation of that, we will do Bhagavad Gita. Today we'll do Bhagavad Gita, Shloka 15 of Karma Yoga, chapter 3. Karmad bhavam vidhi brahma akshara samudbhavam tasmat sarva gatam brahma nityam yagge pratishtitam. Translation. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. So, in continuation of that, so we have to, in order to be happy, we have to perform sacrifices, yajna, and yajna Purusha is Lord Vishnu, and demigods like Chandra, Surya Devta, Vayu Devta, they are all administrators or demigods appointed by Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, for various to give various things like blessings like rainfall, air, so we can continue our existence, our life here happily, right? So Vedas have, Vedas give those instructions, and those are not the only instructions, there are more to it, and we'll be knowing about in continuation of that. So either we please the demigods and they'll provide us all the necessities, or we directly please Lord Vishnu, who is Bhagwan, and these demigods are administrators working under the direction of Lord Vishnu. So that is how it is. We have to please Yajna Purusha, Lord Vishnu. So as per the purport, what Srila Prabhupada says that Yajna Artha Karma. Yajna means sacrifice, Artha for the purpose of, and Karma fruitive activity. So everyone, all jivas, everyone is engaged in some activity while they are in this material world. But what shall be the purpose of such activity? What is Yajna Artha? Yajna Artha means simply to satisfy Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. That is the real purpose. So translation purport, if we have to work for the satisfaction of the Yajna Purusha, Vishnu, then we must find out the direction of work in Brahman or the transcendental Vedas. The Vedas are therefore codes of working directions. So Vedas give us how we should be living our lives, how we should be working, We know about Varna Ashrama system also. So everything related to that, how we should be peacefully performing our activities, for what purpose, how, and be happy here. I mean, achieve all the necessities of life. So Prabhupada says that in case we want to do business here, right, we need the necessary license for it. And the government body, the specific government body will award us the license, necessary license to do the business if we satisfy or fulfill all the requirements as specified by that government body. Otherwise, we cannot do it whimsically, right? Otherwise, we'll be penalized. And fined, right? So that is Veda, one who is law-abiding subject. Similarly, anyone who is following the codes of Vedas or scriptures, he is actually working. Others are not. Whereas others who are violating, who are not performing activity.
No audio, Prabhuji.
Defy the rules, Vedas or scriptures, are being implicated, the criminals for being punished. Therefore, work should be yagya artha, for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu or the supreme government. That is how it should be. That is the work. So anything performed without the direction of the Vedas is called karma, or unauthorized or sinful work. Therefore, one should always take directions from the Vedas to be saved from the reaction of work. So Prabhupada emphasizes here that vikarma, what is vikarma? It's if sign as per the state law, he gives example that if a sign as per the state law instructs, says that follow a particular direction, that is to keep to the right, right? And to the right, you drive it in the wrong direction, wrong side, then you'll say, for example, you're on the left where the instruction says that you should be on the right, then that vikarma, your driving is unlawful. You'll have to pay penalty. So just like in material world, we have directions from the superior authorities for particular activities. Similarly, we have spiritual directions from Supreme Lord, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, on how we should live our lives and perform all our activities. So there is vikarma, akarma, which I think we have seen in the previous. So there are three kinds of work. So vikarma, which is in this case, which is emphasized. Vikarma means against the rules and regulations. So as soon as we act against these rules and regulations, immediately we are bound up by the criminal codes. So reactionary work, there is a penalty for that. So therefore, if you work for the supreme government, Lord Krishna, simply for his satisfaction, then there is no vikarma, there is no criminality, there is fine, there is no penalty, because ultimately the supreme lord is to be satisfied, right? All scriptures talk about the same thing, Vedas say the same thing, Bhagavad Gita says the same thing, Srimad Bhagavatam says the same thing. Ultimately, supreme lord has satisfied. Supreme lord, Lord Krishna, or you say Vishnu, who is Yagya Purusha, and Yagya is sacrifice. So if we do work for the satisfaction of the supreme lord, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, you are not subject to any criminal law, then you are free. That is liberation. As one has to work in ordinary life by the direction of the state, one similarly has to work under the direction of the supreme state of God. Such directions in the Vedas are directly manifest the breathing of the supreme personality of God, Lord Vishnu. It is said, Asya Mahato Bhutasya Vasitam Etad Yad Rig Vedo Yajur Vedo Sama Vedo Atharva Angirasha. The four Vedas, namely the Rig Veda, Yajur, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda, they are all emanations from the breathing of the great personality of Godhead. It is mentioned in the Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad 4.5.11. The Lord, who is omnipotent, can speak by his breathing, right? By breathing air. For as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita, the Lord has the omnipotence to perform each of his senses, the actions of all other senses. In words, the Lord can speak through his breathing and he can impregnate by his eyes. In fact, it is said that he glanced over material nature and thus fathered all living entities. So Prabhupada gives here an explanation. We should not doubt what has been mentioned here in Bhagavad or Vedas or scriptures. We should not doubt or think that how it is that Lord gave his laws through breathing. Because with breathing, with our breathing we cannot analyze that, because with our breathing we cannot speak anything, we just breathe. That means if we do that, we try to understand that, then speculate that, then we are actually trying to calculate on the strength, our uh, minuscule strength, very little strength. We are trying to calculate the strength of the God, which is not possible. So Brahma Samhita says, Angani yasya sagalendriya vritimanti. Yeah. The every part or every limb of the body of Krishna, the Supreme Personality, can act of other limbs, just like I can see through the eyes only, but Lord Krishna can see through his fingers also. Amazing, isn't it? So that is omnipotency. Omnipotency means every limb has got the potency of all the other limbs. That is Lord's omnipotency. That is by his glance, um, on the material nature, God created this world, right? He impregnated material nature with all the jivas by his glance. Sa ikshata, sa asrajata. These are Vedic hymns. So we just take it as it is. We should not doubt and ask spiritual master or guru how this happens, but we should not doubt. We should be submissive when we are asking such questions. Then knowledge will be revealed to us. Knowledge will be revealed to us. So if we jivas think in our minuscule capacity, that is materialism. And as soon as we think of our capacity, that is materialism, right? So accept as it is said in the Vedas, mentioned in the Vedas. Plus, we infinitesimal jivas, nityabada jivas, embodied, we suffer from 4 defects of material nature. Must make mistakes, prone to illusion, cheating propensity, and imperfect senses. These are the challenges we all jivas face. So we cannot not question or doubt the Vedas or scriptures, like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Um, okay, just accept it as it is, and then ask Guru or senior to explain it. Then, when we are submissive, knowledge will be revealed to us. Only we can understand what is God. Otherwise, we cannot. Right. So, after creating or impregnating the conditioned souls into the womb of material, he gave his directions in Vedic wisdom as to how such conditioned souls can return home back to Godhead. Right. We should always remember that the conditioned souls in material nature are all eager for material enjoyment. The reason we are in this material is because of our tendency to enjoy ourselves with our senses instead of serving or performing sacrifices for the Lord. Instead of serving the Lord, instead of pleasing the Lord, we had a tendency that we wanted to condition souls in this material nature. But Lord is very merciful. He gave us an arrangement, but the Vedic directions are so great that one can satisfy one's perverted desires, right? So we have so Lord instruction in Vedas how we can achieve dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. So all the arrangement, all the directions are mentioned. So then finally, once we are done with material enjoyment, realize while simultaneously serving or sacrificing, performing sacrifices for the God, we can then return to Godhead, having our so-called material enjoyment or enjoyment. It is a chance for the conditioned souls to attain liberation. So dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. So all four can be fulfilled. All the instructions, directions are in the Vedas. Therefore, the conditioned souls must try to follow the process, sacrifice by becoming Krishna consciousness, by performing Krishna consciousness. So even those who are not follow the Vedic injunctions may adopt the principle of Krishna consciousness, and that will take the place of a Vedic yagyas or karmas. So Vedas were given in the very beginning of creation. The knowledge was given to Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma then imparted it to disciplic succession. And 5,000 years back, Lord Krishna gave the latest instructions, which is feasible for the people of Kali Yuga to understand. That is Bhagavad Gita, simple instructions, right? So those are the latest instructions, same instructions, but easily understand. So this is what we are reading, Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And 500 years back, I mean, and we got the instructions of Srimad Bhagavatam also, right? During time, through Parikshit Maharaj, Shukadeva Goswami ji instructions to um, Parikshit Maharaj, he gave the instructions in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is also latest scriptures, right? So we can just take it as it is. These are easily understandable, specifically meant for the people of Kali Yuga, jivas of Kali Yuga. So karma brahmod bhavam vidhi, and the nature of our karma, how we should work, that is directed in the Vedic literature, like just Gita, and the instructions were given to Arjuna, who was directed. Finally, his illusion was removed, and he was victorious in the battle, and he performed karma yoga, performing sacrifices for Lord Krishna directly and pleasing him, and achieve the purpose of his life, right? And therefore, therefore, my dear Arjuna, if you want to begin your life by performance of yajna, then that at once your life becomes spiritualized directly, right? You are pleasing Lord Vishnu, and that is what is you really want. This is what Lord Krishna tried to explain it to Lord Arjuna, and he was able to understand it finally through the discourse of Gita. So that is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita and all the Vedas, to teach us how to perform sacrifices while we are here, live a happy life by fulfilling the instructions and directions of the Vedas. And Bhagavad Gita are the same instructions given by Bhagavad Gita, Srimad are the same instructions of the Lord, but an easily understandable manner for specifically for the people of Kali Yuga, right? So that is the purpose, and we'll see further tomorrow how these what are the instructions of Karma Yoga next, Arjuna and for us. Hare Krishna. So I thank you all for joining, and we'll continue our sloka recitation and chanting tomorrow. Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Dandavat
Mataji.
Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam
Krishna
Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.